Hi class, this is Dr. Bungum. I'm speaking to you for Search for Truth, Section 2, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11. And we had a mix-up. We had false labor this morning with my wife. I thought I was going to be gone. Turns out I was not gone, but the cancel class notices were already posted on the door, so you guys didn't show up, and we missed our class. So this is it's kind of a difficult thing. I really apologize for the mix-up. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry that your learning has been disrupted, and it's come at a really difficult time, and I had a plan to put in place with that miracles unit that's in the syllabus, but we had a misfire, and so we missed a day and that we shouldn't have missed, and I just feel really terrible. So I'm really sorry that this happened. So here's what I'm going to try to do. I just want to give you the news for going forward, and then talk a little bit about relativism, because I want to keep going with Canvas, and so I want to move on to the reading from Plato for Wednesday. Okay, so here's the news. I've written a few old school slides for us. Okay, so the first piece is please keep going with Canvas. So submit your reading questions for Plato for Wednesday. I'm going to move the quiz back by 1 day. So rather than the arguments quiz being due at the end of the day today, I'm going to say it's due at the end of the day on Tuesday, so that if you guys want, you can come and talk to me about the modus ponens, modus tollens, disjunctive syllogism stuff. I know we were supposed to mop that up a little bit on Monday in class, but we weren't able to do that. My office hours today are from 2 to 3, and also Tuesday, tomorrow are from 2 to 3. Also, I have posted the miracles unit online, so you can go ahead and take a look at that. This is the unit that we're going to be using when I'm actually gone, when my son actually comes and is born. I'm going to be gone for 3 classes with you guys, but you will still be meeting in class. I repeat, you will be meeting in class. You're going to be doing an in-class assignment with each other on miracles. So I posted the assignment sheet and the readings, and basically whenever baby actually comes, I'm going to be moving those Canvas assignments up to those days. I'll send you an announcement on Canvas to know that, well, today's the day when we're going to be doing the in-class stuff on the miracles. So the first day, the reading's fairly short. You can get that done in class or before class if you want, and then I have a discussion question. So you can see it all in the assignment sheet, and hopefully we're going to be meeting on Wednesday. I'll explain that to you as well. Okay, so this is the news. So just keep going with Canvas. Quizzes pushed back till Tuesday if you want to come and visit and talk about modus ponens and modus tollens stuff. And that's basically it. Okay, so for today you read a reading from Ellen Wood on relativism, why relativism is thought to be appealing to people, why they think that relativism is a good thing to believe or hold. Okay. So first I want to talk about what relativism actually is. Relativism is the claim that if someone believes something, then that belief is true for that person. So here I've written it out a little bit more formally. Relativism is the claim that if someone believes that some X is true, no matter what X is, then that X is true for that person. So 3 different examples. First, take George. He's our person, okay? So relativism would say, if George believes that Kale is healthy, then it's true for George that Kale is healthy. Or, if George believes that the death penalty is immoral, then the death penalty is immoral for George. Or, if George believes that the sky is red, then it's true for George that the sky is red. Okay. Now, why, according to Alan Wood in our reading today, do people think that relativism is a good thing to believe, that it's somehow good for society or good for community? Basically 2 things. They think it's good because it promotes open-mindedness and it promotes tolerance. Okay. Here's the thing about relativism. What it says is that if someone believes something, then that thing is true for that person. But the X could be anything at all. I just gave 3 examples here, but it could be literally anything. So what this means is that literally any belief that a person has is true. So it's actually a consequence of relativism. If relativism is right, then all beliefs are true beliefs. Okay? All beliefs are true beliefs. Because if it's true as soon as you believe it, I believe it, then it's true for me. Then anything I believe is true for me. So everything I believe is true, and everything everyone believes is true. So all beliefs are true. Okay. Now, if you go around the world and you say, my beliefs are true, your beliefs are true, but this other person's beliefs are false, it makes it seem like you're being a little bit intolerant of that person if you're saying that your beliefs are false. Or if you're saying to another person your beliefs are false, it seems like you're a little bit not keeping an open mind towards what that person is saying. So some people think that if we want to be tolerant and open-minded, then we can never say that another person's beliefs are false. And if relativism is true, then to a certain extent we've got what we need, because we never need to say that anyone's beliefs are false, because all people's beliefs are already true. Okay. But Alan Wood argues in our reading for today, first, that relativism fails to be open-minded, and second, that relativism fails to promote tolerance. Actually, it's no better at promoting tolerance than it is better at promoting intolerance. It's equal between the two. It doesn't make a difference. So let's talk about the first bit, open-mindedness. Okay. Wood argues that relativism fails to be open-minded. And here's my reconstruction. I'm trying to assemble his reasoning in a really step-by-step kind of way that makes it easy to understand. Okay. So the first premise of the argument is something like this. Open-minded people think that they could be mistaken. Right? So think of a scientist who's open-minded about his results. He thinks that there's a black hole in the center of the galaxy, but he thinks, but I'm open-minded about that. I could be mistaken. Okay? That seems pretty right. If we're closed-minded about a certain thing, we're like, there's no way I could be mistaken about this. Then we would say that's closed-minded. Whereas open-minded is, I believe this, but maybe I could be wrong. So that's the first premise. But then the second premise is, relativists don't think that anyone is ever mistaken, right? Because a mistake is a mismatch between what you believe and what's real, so that you have a false belief. But remember what we said about relativism. If relativism is true, then all beliefs are true, so no one ever makes a mistake with his beliefs. So relativists don't think that people ever have mistaken beliefs. So relativists don't ever think that anyone's mistaken, so relativists can't be open-minded, right? Being open-minded means thinking you could be mistaken, but relativists, because of their claim about relativism that all beliefs are true, they don't think that anyone's ever mistaken or could be. So a relativist can't actually be open-minded about his beliefs. Can't think, maybe I could be wrong. He has to think, since I believe it, it's already true, and there's no way I could be wrong about that. Okay. So that's Wood's argument that relativism fails to be open-minded. The second argument has to do with indifference towards tolerance. Okay, so it might sound a little intolerant if you go around saying your beliefs are false. But Wood argues, actually, relativism doesn't help the problem of tolerance at all. Okay, actually, relativism is indifferent to tolerance. Why? Well, here's an argument. According to relativism, every belief is true. We've already seen that. But now consider Sam. Okay? Sam believes in racial discrimination. Sam believes racial discrimination is a great idea. Well, his belief is a belief, isn't it? So the relativist then has to say that Sam's belief in racial discrimination, that's true. So actually, according to relativism, every belief is true. The beliefs of the tolerant people and the beliefs of the intolerant people. They're all equally true. So if that's right, then at least with respect to belief, relativism doesn't make any difference with respect to the beliefs of the tolerant people or the intolerant people. But that's the only kind of difference it could actually make, is a difference with respect to beliefs. And so relativism doesn't seem to make a difference with respect to tolerance at all. It doesn't seem to promote it. It doesn't seem to help it. It doesn't seem to aid it. A better view of tolerance is like what I do with my children when they're screeching. Like when they're screeching, I tolerate them. I don't throw them out of the house, even though I think what they're doing is somehow bad or annoying. I still think that it's wrong, but I get along with it out of love for my children, and out of the fact that even though I think that this grates on me a little bit, I'm willing to put up with the difficulty because it's not so bad that it's completely destroying our family relationship or something like that. And so tolerance seems to be more like getting along with people whom you do think are wrong, but within certain bounds, being wrong doesn't destroy our bonds of community. That seems more tolerant than just saying anyone's beliefs are true. Because if you say anyone's beliefs are true, then the worst sorts of racial discrimination, the worst sorts of racial genocidal beliefs turn out to be true of relativism. And it seems like those things shouldn't be tolerated. Whereas relativism says that they're equally true as the people who have more attractive beliefs about the equality of persons or something like that. Okay, so just a few comments that we did for today. Relativism is basically the belief that if someone believes it, then it's true for that person. A consequence of this is that all beliefs are equally true. Alan Wood argues that relativism doesn't promote open-mindedness, because if you're open-minded, you got to believe that possibly you could be mistaken. But a relativist doesn't think that anyone could possibly be mistaken. And then Wood argues that relativism doesn't really promote tolerance at all, because it makes everyone's beliefs true, even if they're intolerant sorts of beliefs. Okay? All right, so there's our little lesson for today. We'll mop this up a little bit on Wednesday when we meet, and then we'll move on to Plato. Please keep going with Canvas, and you're welcome to come talk to me with Logic during office hours if you'd like. Hope you guys are well. Again, I apologize for the mix-up, and see you soon. Take care. Bye.